Hello and welcome everybody to this video. My name is Tim. Please excuse the awkward camera position. I couldn't figure this shit out, but this is not about the camera or about my face. This video is about the content, because in this video I wanted to show you how I plan to grow my email list to 3,500 newsletter subs by the end of 2025. Currently it's at around 620 newsletter subscribers, which is decent, but not nearly enough to sustain my lifestyle. Currently, I'm still relying mostly on outreach or organic socials to attract most of my clients, but I want to shift that to email marketing because, first off, it's something I really deeply enjoy. It's like one of the most fun parts of my day, writing these emails for you guys. And then, secondly, my ultimate dream and the goal I've set myself this year is to replace all of my done-for-you client income with coaching clients and info products, because I found that I just enjoy it much more, and if it's enjoyable, in my opinion, it's much more sustainable, and if it's sustainable, I think it has much better potential of generating long-term wealth and freedom over a long period of time. So that's the reason I'm trying to grow my list. And there's 5 actions I'm going to take to achieve better list growth. Okay, let's get into it. The first one, number 1, is just send more emails. I've set myself the goal, send 5 emails per week. Will I hit that every single week? Probably not, but as long as I can do that most weeks of the year, I'm going to be happy. And the reason I'm mentioning that as a list growth strategy is because, well, first off, the quality of your list matters equally, if not more, than how big your list is. And by sending more emails, you tend to improve list quality, because bad leads tend to unsubscribe because it's just too many emails or they don't like the emails. Unsubscribes are actually a very good thing. And secondly, you nurture the relationship with your readers. The more someone is exposed to you, the more brain space you take up in their minds, the more likely they are to eventually buy from you or spread the word about your newsletter. And that's the second point. If your emails are actually good, which I believe mine are, obviously I'm a bit biased, people will talk to other people about it. They will spread the word, and this is probably going to take a while for me to actually achieve where I end up on like top newsletter lists, because it just requires a lot of consistency and a lot of persistence. But eventually I want my email list to be on these lists. You've seen them, newsletters to subscribe to if you want to become a copywriter or something, and that's the goal for this first step. Second step is giveaways and workshops. So I've done many giveaways in the past, and I found that they're a mixed bag. They do get you a lot of email subs. The problem is that the quality tends to be pretty low on average, because you're giving away a free product, and by the nature of that, you're attracting a lot of freebie seekers, right? People who are not willing to invest in themselves, people who are not serious about this, and that's not the types of people I want to have on my list. So it's kind of a mixed bag, but I've found that even though there's going to be a lot of bad leads in there, there's going to be tons of great leads as well. It's going to be a much smaller percentage than from the other strategies I'm going to talk to you about, but nonetheless, just by the pure volume of subs entering your email list, it's probably going to be worth it. At least it has been for me in the past. One more thing I'm also planning to do is host more workshops. I've hosted one workshop before and it was really fun. The reason I haven't hosted another one since is just because it was very stressful that week, because filling up those spots and then actually working on the content and then giving the presentation, it requires a lot of attention, and at the time I just didn't have the energy to do that. But nowadays I do, and I want to host more workshops. And the reason I put that on this list is because workshops, if you promote them on Twitter, which I've done in the past, they can get you a lot of new leads. And these are not just low quality leads, these are actual leads who have paid money with you, who've paid you money, and those tend to be the highest quality leads. So this is something you can do as well. Whenever you're hosting a workshop, don't just sell it to your email list, but sell it to your organic social media audience. Perhaps there's someone in there who isn't subscribed to your email list but wants to buy the workshop, and then you can just take their email, put them on your email list, and then you have a really high quality lead on the list. Okay, point number 3, ramp up social media traffic. So my traffic on Twitter has been very low lately, and that's because I basically stopped engaging on there for 6 months. Because let's face it, nobody wants to engage. It's a mind draining activity, and everybody hates it. I think deep down we all do, but it kind of has to be done, right? If your traffic is low, if you're not getting new people to your account every single day, then there's not going to be new leads on your email list, right? So I plan to engage a lot more. I've actually outsourced that to a VA, so I'm not going to be doing that myself, which is quite a luxurious position to be in. But if you're not there yet, if you don't want to hire a VA because that's too expensive to you, then you kind of just need to engage. I feel like it's obviously a little bit more black and white. There's a lot of people telling you you shouldn't engage and focus more on the content, and obviously I agree that content is very important, but in the beginning stages especially, you won't get around engaging. You have to do it if you want to grow and have traffic on your page, and then convert that traffic into email subs. So yeah, that's something I plan to do. Something I've actually already outsourced. Step number 4, or action number 4, is experiment with my content. So what does this mean? Experiment with my content is pretty vague, but it means exactly what I've said. I don't know which content works best yet to grow my email list. I have a couple of theories, but at this stage they're just hypotheses waiting to be tested. So I'm going to be doing that over the next couple of weeks. This means I'm going to be posting a lot more content, a lot more tweets per day, to see what sticks. Because if I just post one tweet per day, it's going to take me a lot of time to actually find what works. And if I posted 3 to 5 tweets per day, I have 3 to 5 data sets basically that I can analyze and then make predictions off of. One theory that I have though is that self-aggrandizing posts, I've called them, but posts where you talk about your successes essentially perform better than other posts, and I've kind of shied away from doing that because I oftentimes find it very cringe and it's very uncomfortable for me just from a personality style. However, it's something that I'm just going to have to do, probably just brag a little bit more. Obviously I'm going to try to do it in a tasteful manner, but the game is the game, right? Next point, post more social proof. This should be self-explanatory. If you have the social proof, just post it. I have like a huge folder of testimonials and other great replies I've gotten to my emails or client results, and I just haven't posted them. So I'm going to be dripping those out over the next couple of weeks to see how that performs and see how many email subs that gets me. One more thing I haven't mentioned in this email is that I'm also going to be posting more teaser posts. These are posts where I essentially tease at a certain benefit, like I hook them in like with the hook, and then I build up some sort of curiosity, and then I sort of hide the benefit or the payoff in an email. So you might have seen these from me where I say, if you want to find out the secret to the thing that I've just talked about, subscribe to my newsletter, and then that's fairly obvious, and that's, I think, a low-hanging fruit. If you've written the email already, just take like 5 to 10 minutes to draft up a post where you essentially tease your email. Okay, point number 5, the last one and perhaps the most important one, and this is actually something I'm doing right now. I'm taking my own advice. I'm not just making plans and then not taking action on them. But point number 5 is to upload more YouTube videos and podcasts. So last year I started a podcast, and it's been one of the most rewarding things about my business. It's just super cool chatting to like-minded, intelligent, and other cool people. I think all of the episodes I've recorded so far have been bangers, if I can say so myself. But I plan to lead more into that. I plan to upload one podcast per week. I'm gonna see if I can manage that. Sometimes I will probably not find the guests, or something else comes up. This is not like a strict commitment, this is more of a target I'm aiming for. But I will upload a YouTube video every single week, and this could be a YouTube video like this, where I basically just read out an email that I've written out loud, or like a Twitter post that has performed well, or some other presentation that I come up with. So what I found with myself and my own buying behavior, and by the way, this is a quick pro tip: if you want to become a better copywriter or a better marketer, then you need to analyze your own buying behavior, see what makes you buy, and then you can implement that in your own marketing, because if it's worked on you, it's probably going to work on someone else. Just a quick pro tip there. I've never bought a high ticket product from anyone who I haven't either chatted with on call before, or I have seen talk on camera. Essentially, like, you're seeing me talk on camera right now, you're seeing how I talk, and that just leads to a lot of trust. Even if you don't really like me at the moment, just the mere act of seeing someone talk and seeing someone display their expertise in person, essentially, like it simulates a one-on-one conversation, is super super valuable, and something I'm definitely going to lean into this year. And yeah, as you can see, I'm doing that right now. So these are just 5 very simple, quite obvious actually, but simple works. You know, it's always the basics that work, not the fancy stuff. The fancy stuff might work as well, but usually it's the basics that matter more. So this was the video: 5 ways I plan to grow my email list to 3,500 subs, and I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, then leave a like or something. I don't know how this YouTube thing works.